Ethan had always loved mobile games. They were a much-needed escape from the mundane office job he despised. Among them, Free Fire was his favorite, a fast-paced battle royale where survival was the only goal. But tonight, the game would offer no escape. It would be a prison. Ethan lies on his couch, the dim glow of his phone screen illuminating his tired face. The clock ticks past midnight. Ethan logs into Free Fire. The game loads with its usual fanfare, but something is off. The screen flickers and a sudden jolt of static surges through his phone, shocking his fingers. Ethan, what the hell? Ethan shakes his hand. Before he can react, the screen turns blinding white and a deafening roar fills his ears. When the light faded, Ethan wasn't on his couch anymore. He stood in an open field under a blood-red sky, the acrid scent of burning flesh filling his nostrils. A holographic figure hovers mid-air, its face a blank glowing mask, its body a distortion of pixels. Hologram. Welcome, survivor. Ethan, this isn't real. Ethan backs away, his heart pounding as he looks around. Familiar structures from the game surround him, a broken-down watchtower, scattered loot crates, and a distant factory. But everything feels real, too real. Hologram. You are now a participant in the ultimate game. Survive or be erased. Ethan. Erased? From what? Hologram? From existence. The hologram vanishes, leaving Ethan in silence, save for a faint ticking sound. A timer appears in the corner of his vision. 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Ethan's heart races as he takes in his surroundings. The reality of the situation begins to sink in. He isn't just playing a game anymore, he's living it. Every sound, every smell, every touch, it's all too real. His first encounter will determine whether he can survive in this terrifying new world, or if he will be erased from existence. The clock is ticking. A sharp whistle cuts through the air, followed by a bullet grazing Ethan's ear. He drops to the ground, panic surging through his veins. Ethan whispers to himself, "Stay calm, stay calm." Crawling toward a nearby loot crate, he opens it and finds a pistol with a single clip of ammo. His hands tremble as he loads it. Footsteps crunch behind him. Spinning around, he sees a player clad in a ghastly skull mask, holding a machete dripping with black ichor. The figure's eyes glow crimson and its movements are unnervingly fluid. Ethan raises the gun and fires. The bullet strikes the figure in the chest, but instead of falling, it lets out an unholy scream. The sound makes Ethan's ears bleed and his vision blurs. The figure lunges at him. Ethan fires again, this time hitting its head. The creature crumbles into ash, leaving behind a metallic dog tag engraved with the number 1. Breathing heavily, Ethan picks it up, hoping for answers. But all it does is send a chill through his body. Ethan's struggle continues as he roams the desolate landscape, each encounter more harrowing than the last. The weight of the dog tags he collects grows heavier with each step, a grim reminder of the battles he's fought and the lives he's taken. Every tag tells a story, but none offer the answers he desperately seeks. The journey is far from over and the true horror may still lie ahead. The timer ticked down. Ethan encountered more players, or rather monsters. Some were grotesquely disfigured, their bodies stitched together like patchwork. Others had weapons fused to their limbs, their screams a mix of human and machine. Each kill brought him more dog tags, but with them came memories that weren't his. A child crying for their mother, a man begging for his life, a woman screaming as she was burned alive. These weren't just opponents, they were people who had been trapped here before him. By the time the timer hit 5, Ethan had collected 9 dog tags. His body was covered in cuts and bruises, and his mind teetered on the edge of madness. Only one player remains. The final fight and the aftermath. Ethan finds himself in the game's final zone, a decrepit church surrounded by a swirling storm of fire. Inside, a lone figure stands at the altar. It is him. The doppelganger turns, its face identical to Ethan's, except for the hollow black eyes and a wicked grin. Doppelganger, you've done well, but the game demands a final sacrifice. Ethan raises his pistol, his hands shaking. Ethan, I'm not playing anymore. The clone laughs. Doppelganger, you think you have a choice? You are Free Fire now. Kill me and you'll take my place, or die and your soul will fuel the next match. Ethan hesitates. The memories of the other players flash in his mind, their terror, their pain. The doppelganger lunges and instinct takes over. Ethan pulls the trigger. The bullet strikes its heart and it crumbles into ash, leaving behind a glowing dog tag marked 10. Ethan feels a searing pain in his chest. He screams as his body pixelates, his essence torn apart and absorbed into the game. A week later, Ethan's friends wondered why he had stopped showing up to work or answering calls. Meanwhile, a new Free Fire update launched, featuring a mysterious character named The Survivor. Players marveled at how lifelike his movements were and how his screams sounded so real, but none of them noticed the faint whisper that accompanies his death animation. "Ethan, help me!"